Hey guys, Lincoln Parks here, and today we're going to talk about 5 ways how to handle disappointment. Just today. So I had set up, an individual had called me, a business partner of mine had called me, and they wanted me to do something for them. It's really great. It was stretching me because I had to go beyond measure to do this and deliver some results. And the results that I was expecting was going to allow us to, as a team, to continue to grow bigger, continue to bring individuals in that are God-fearing and individuals that really want to change and help bless others' lives. But the outcome did not go as expected. In all actuality, and to say this, I pretty much got screwed, okay? And I could have taken this in 2 ways. I could have really been pissed at that individual. I could have been mad. I could have held a grudge. But I want to give you 5 ways how I was able to handle this, because I really had to think about this for a long time. So I want to give you 5 ways on how I handle it and how I think you should handle situations that disappoint you. So number 1 is, don't react off your first emotion, because that first emotion, what that's going to do is that's going to cause you now to really respond in most likely anger. And you don't want to respond in anger. You want to make sure that you calm down, you want to relax, and then you can make a more formalized response to that individual or the circumstance. Number 2 is, you don't want to hold a grudge, because you know what? Holding grudges is only hurting you. It's hurting your heart. It's hurting you. You hold a grudge. That individual might not even know that what they did, and they've since moved on. But you continue to hold a grudge in your heart. And guess what? As Christian believers and as Christian leaders and as Christian business people, we want to make sure that we don't hold a grudge and we continue to move on. Number 3 is forgive the person. Now, this might be the hardest thing to do. I know it's kind of difficult for me, just to forgive the individual, because guess what? After the individual had done this, they came back and asked me to do something else. And I wanted to lash out, but I had to think logically, and I had to forgive that individual because they didn't know what they did. But I'm also going to confront the individual and let them know that this should not be repeated. But what you want to do is make sure you forgive that individual. And I did. I forgive them. Now, the 4th one is, you want to pray that that person sees the error of their ways. So once you've already now forgiven this individual, you want to make sure that you pray for them so that they can see the error of their ways. And if they don't, then you have to just continue to pray for these individuals. You just have to continue to, even though you're disappointed, we need to continue to push through, and we need to make sure that the hurt, the pain that we feel, continue to pray for that individual. And the last one, last but not least, you want to move on and forget it never happened. This is very, very difficult, guys, because I'm still struggling with this. My wounds are fresh. This happened just today. And to move on and act like it didn't even happen, this is something that Jesus would do. Many people really didn't respond to Jesus, the good word that he was given. And it's hard as a human being to forgive someone and to move on and just forget like nothing ever happened. But that's something that I had to learn that I needed to do. So guys, I wanted to bring you these 5 tips today and these 2 brief stories. And I hope that if you ever go in a situation, if a situation like this ever happens to you, where you're highly disappointed, that you use these 5 tips, these 5 steps to resolve your problem. Now guys, that's Lincoln's Leadership Lessons, and I want to make sure that when you lead like you. Hey, this is Lincoln Parks, and I'll see you guys next week on Lincoln's Leadership Lessons. Take care.